Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to show you guys how to do chilaquiles de Michoacan, how my family makes it. And these are the ingredients that you're gonna need. These are Chiles Serranos, garlic, tomato, onion. So for the tortillas, you're gonna have to leave them overnight. It is a process, a very long process. I have a few more of these actually. They're 42 in total. But the tortillas, they give a different flavor or taste if you leave them out overnight, if you're gonna make up the following day. And so we're gonna end up frying them. First step is to wash your tomatoes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the tomatoes to boil with the Chiles Serranos first. So I would turn on the fire and leave it at number 6 and then start putting the tomatoes to boil. And then next the Chiles Serranos. So we're gonna leave that there until it boils. So approximately like 5 to 10 minutes. So while that is boiling on the side, I'm gonna start frying the tortillas so they could become tostadas in this separate pan that I have over here on the side. So I'm gonna turn it on. And I'm gonna leave it at number 5. So with this pan, I'm gonna end up putting some oil in there so I can start frying them. I'm gonna put quite a bit in there because I am gonna be frying 42 of them. And then I have a separate bowl right here on the side so I could start putting them over here when I'm done with them. So I am gonna put you guys in a little awkward angle so I could show you guys how to fry the tortillas. So once your tortilla looks like this, browned on both sides, then that means that it's ready and you could take it out and put it to the side on your separate bowl right here. So now I'm gonna do it to the rest of the 41 tortillas. So So once you're done with the tortillas, they should become tostadas and they should look a little something like this. So once your tomatoes and your chiles look like that, turn off the fire and let it sit there until it cools down. Okay, so now I'm just gonna end up putting the tomatoes into the blender. So we could start making the sauce for the chilaquiles. And then with the chiles, what you would want to do is just take off the top of it and just throw them away because you don't want to blend them in the blender. That wouldn't taste that well, would it? And then we just put a piece of onion as well with a piece of garlic, clove in there as well. And now we start blending so we could get that sauce. So I'm just gonna end up adding a little bit of water into the blender so it could get a little bit more liquidy, and then we just end up blending it in there as well. So the next step would be to cut your onion into onion rings. I'm not really good at cutting the onions into that, but I tried a little bit. So I'm gonna end up using this oil to cover up the bottom of the pan, but first I'm gonna turn it on. And I'm gonna leave it to number 5 into the oil so we can stir them for probably like 2 minutes. I'm gonna end up stirring the onions to coat them with the oil because the oil is gonna be the one that gives it the flavor. Now we're gonna end up getting the sauce and just pouring it in there. And what I like doing with the sauce that's in the blender, I just like getting the water and pouring it in there. So I end up pouring the water in there as well. And we're just gonna give it a little mix. And the next ingredient that we're gonna do is put chicken bouillon in there. End up adding a spoon in there. End up adding salt as well. We're just gonna end up doing a little stir again. I'm just gonna let it sit here until it boils a little bit more, then we're gonna end up adding the chips. So now we're gonna end up putting the chips into the sauce, crunching them, and just putting them in there while it's still boiling. This is the finishing touches. So now bon appetit.